Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling. Oh shit, we should probably turn the TV on, right? There it is. Okay, this is No Bones About Wrestling. And first, I want to take care of one thing. The 2025 WWE Hall of Fame, Lex Luger is getting inducted finally for
Awesome.
WCW World Champion. I believe he was NWA World Champion. He was within a cunt hair of winning the WWF World title. And one of my favorite wrestlers, personally. I met him briefly in November, and he was a very pleasant guy, especially considering, his health issues. But DDP is trying to teach him to walk again. God bless him. And yeah, so that's great. Also getting in the Hall of Fame, the natural disasters. Wow, talk about fucking overdue. Earthquake and typhoon. Typhoon may be better known today as the Shockmaster in WCW or Uncle Fred in WCW, but that's what he was in WWF. He was Typhoon, and they were a fantastic tag team. So yeah, 2025 Hall of Fame class, looking like one of the best in quite a while. So congratulations to all of them. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Willie. And Eric says, thank you for doing this. To me, I love you all. I had a great birthday. Yeah, so tonight, we're not usually on Friday nights, but Eric requested we be here because it's his birthday, and specifically, he wanted to see a watch along for WWF Prime Time Wrestling, which was a show from 1986 through 91 or 92, I think. And so yeah, it was Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon in a studio talking about stuff, and then they'd cut to matches. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So what you want to do is open Peacock, search for Prime, Prime. Just type that in. It'll come up. Primetime Wrestling, you'll see it. We're going to watch March 6th, 1989. So I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to do that, and we're going to shoot the shit for a minute, I guess. Willie says he never won the NWA World title. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate that. What the fuck's wrong with this thing? There we go. Yeah, he won the WCW World title, I think, very soon after they changed from the NWA World title, if I'm not mistaken. WCW World Tag Team Champion was Lex Luger. I believe he was U.S. Champion at one point. And he was just a great wrestler, one of the more underrated wrestlers ever, if you ask me. He doesn't get mentioned among the greats. I don't understand why. He's one of the wrestlers who got me into wrestling. If you remember July 4th, 1993, he showed up on the deck of the USS Intrepid. It was a Yokozuna Body Slam challenge, and Lex Luger was the one who stepped up and body slammed Yokozuna. And then he started the Lex Express, his big bus campaign to take the world title shot away from Bret Hart so he could get it at SummerSlam 93. And by God, he did it. And his victory over Yokozuna was bittersweet. He won by countout, but he still won. So that was a big deal. And he was quite a big star in the WWF for a while. Never got the world title. I have no idea. No idea why. Just a lot of times Vince McMahon didn't like the WCW guys to come in and show up his WWF guys. So, Switch, what's up, fam? I'm ready. Shout out to Lex for the Hall of Fame. Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, big news. I love Lex Luger. One of my favorites. I'm very excited he's getting in. It's very touching.
Do you want to tell them our big news dealing with wrestlers in the Hall of Fame?
What's our big news?
That in November What? RVD is coming.
Oh, fuck, yeah. So, WrestleCade, the wrestling convention we go to in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Rob Van Dam is coming. So, I'm going to get to meet another of my favorites, take a picture of him, which will definitely end up on this back wall back here. Can't wait. Can't wait. He's he's one of the best ever. There's no disputing it. If you try to dispute it, you're just wrong. Um, Amazing wrestler. Uh, Very copied wrestler. And yeah, just one of the best. Can't wait to meet him. Switch says, do you think if Vince was there, they would put Lex in? That's a really good question.
I would say no.
I gotta say no.
Yeah, because he had all this time to do it and he didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. So yet another reason. Fuck Vince McMahon.
Agreed.
Anyways, so back to what we're doing tonight. We're not watching SmackDown. It's Eric's birthday. We are watching WWF Prime Time Wrestling, March 6, 1989. So I'll tell you one more time. You go to Peacock. You search Prime, Prime. You will see Primetime Wrestling come up. You click it, scroll down to March 6th, 1989. That's the episode we're watching. So, start it a little, press pause, rewind at the beginning, and then press pause again. So you're at 0, and we're all going to start at the same time. And I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes so we can get going here.
Did you already tell us some of what's on this card?
I don't know what's on this card.
How'd you pick the episode?
Well, actually, no, I take that back. Coco Beware is wrestling maybe Rick Rude. He's wrestling someone. Coco Beware, the Birdman.
So that was enough to pick it. Your love of Coco Beware.
And also, this is the episode where Ted DiBiase reveals his $1 million belt.
Yay! I love Ted DiBiase.
So, yeah, I love Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
One of the best. And so yeah, just that alone, the Ted DiBiase revealing the $1 million belt is the main reason I picked it. Coco Beware is just a bonus. And if you've never seen Coco Beware, he's a lot of fun. He's the Birdman. He comes out with his bird Frankie. And he flaps his arms like he's a bird. All right, so I'm gonna give you just one more minute to pull it up, and we're gonna get started. One last time, open Peacock, search Prime. Primetime Wrestling will come up. Click it. Go to March 6th, 1989. We're going to start in about 30 seconds here. This is not the countdown. I will do a countdown that goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. That was not the countdown, though. So get the episode up, March 6th, 89. Get it paused at 0. And we're going to start very soon here.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, because if you can't do it in 30 more seconds, I assume you don't want to watch it. So,
or you're technologically illiterate.
Or technologically illiterate, which is okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Technology is hard for some people, and that's all right. I'm sure you have very valuable skills besides that.
All right, folks, we're gonna get going. So get ready and press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. So you should be seeing the opening with Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, DiBiase, a bunch of different guys. I believe the Brainbusters are in action on this episode as well.
I've never seen them.
Arnie Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
I've absolutely seen them. I didn't know they had a name.
Yeah. Well, in WWF, that was their name.
Oh, see, I haven't seen them in WWF.
They left briefly to get that money.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I saw them where they belong,
Yeah.
Oh, Gorilla and Bobby.
And this is, at the time, this was the best WWF show, no doubt.
How many shows did they have on it this time weekly?
Huh?
Weekly, how many shows did they have on at this time?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
I know they had Superstars, and I know they had this, and they probably had some others.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you exactly.
Folks out there are not going to know until after King Haku's match, which is the second match on the program, folks.
Oh, Haku is in a match.
Sure.
Bobby Heenan decked out in his WrestleMania 5 gear, and he's asking what's on the WrestleMania 5 card.
I know that. Precedent, unprecedented. 3 against 2, first time in the history of the World Wrestling Federation that anything like this has ever happened. I know that. Okay. Ultimate Warrior taking on Ravishing Rick Rude. I know that too. Are you getting upset? Why are you getting upset? Tell me what I know. Tell me what I don't know. What you don't know? Tell me what I don't know. What you don't know can't hurt your brain, so don't worry about it. We're going to have all the matches for everyone. The entire
Bobby Heenan is the best. He's my favorite wrestling commentator, bar none.
Yeah, me too.
Personally, I don't care whether you like to be kept waiting or not.
Eric says WWE 2K25 kick ass, easy to play. Can't wait to play it. I'll get to play it later this month. Our friend Dylan is buying us an Xbox, so we can play it. Very nice guy. Switch says, happy birthday, Eric. Eric says, thank you. And Eric Fate says, was Primetime Wrestling, was it ever live? I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. And we're going to see the goddamned Red Rooster, better known as Terry Taylor in WCW, in the NWA. And he's fighting Tim Patterson. I don't like his chances.
Oh, I like his ring entrance starting with a rooster sound.
Really?
Yes. I was just thinking, how come Ted DiBiase's entrance music never comes up in the greatest entrance music conversation?
It does. What are you talking about?
I've never heard anyone mention that.
Can I sing that? I don't think I'm allowed to sing it.
Why?
Because it's copyrighted.
Sing 7 seconds of it.
Money, 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 money. Boom, boom. Everybody's got a price. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's gonna pay.
I feel like that was more than 7 seconds, but it's all right.
Well, there you go. So here, the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor, the blonde guy. Eventually, for this stupid gimmick where he's a fucking rooster, whatever that is, eventually he started putting his hair up in a red mohawk, like a rooster, you see. One of the worst gimmicks in the history of the WWF. What were they doing? Who cares? Red Rooster? Who gives a flying fuck? Who are they trying to appeal to?
I like roosters. I like chickens, not so much roosters, but or hens, I should say.
He's taking it to Tim Patterson. Tim Patterson in his Africa-colored trunks.
Do you think that the red rooster is more susceptible to the avian flu?
Probably.
I would imagine.
Probably. Who's that? Is it Tony Schiavone? Yes, it is. That's Tony Schiavone. He was briefly in WWF. So if you've just joined us, go to Peacock, search Prime, Prime, Primetime Wrestling will come up. Click it. Go to March 6th, 1989, and we are 5 minutes and 10 seconds in. And for those of you who just joined, go to Peacock. Yeah, go to Peacock and search Prime, Prime. Primetime Wrestling will come up. You click it. We're watching March 6, 1989, and we are 5 minutes and 37 seconds in.
I don't know that you need to spell Prime because it's like one of the best-selling beverages. And
People can, not
Yeah.
everyone can spell.
that's true. I can't, but I can spell Prime. But I get what you're saying.
As Patterson goes down. You're right, Johnny. He is very wobbly. Those knees looking distinctly rubbery now. I think he's ready for the Dickens, quite honestly. He's hurting now. He couldn't defend himself in those fights.
Not everyone can spell. Not everyone's illiterate. Don't be an elitist, Kay. For the love of God, don't be an elitist.
I have a student.
Do you have the air conditioning on?
No, I have not touched it. I looked to see what it was set on, but I did not touch it. Anyway,
What happened?
I gave him a chicken wing.
Admitted?
Yeah.
Well, that was great.
Oh my god.
And Willie is listing the shows they had at the time. Thank you. Superstars of Wrestling, right? Wrestling Challenge, correct? Primetime Wrestling, All American Wrestling. I might take issue with the All American Wrestling. I'm not sure if that existed in 1989. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But thank you for that list, Willie. Yeah. They had
Yeah.
several shows at that time.
That move actually looked like horribly painful. How did he not hurt people doing that?
I saw Jim Tillman taking on Bad News Brown. How about that match? Okay, you knew about that one, right? Well, I do. Hercules against your guy. We know that. Not for he's from the crown, and you. I said not for that. Can we have it? Will that be a crown match? No, it can't be a crown match. Well, why'd you ask? Bushwhackers taking on the Rougeos.
Huh?
Strike Force taking on your guys, Brainbusters. Is that enough for you?
So Eric says yes, it was on 1984.
Wow. All American Wrestling. No shit. Okay.
To worry. It's obvious.
Thank you. I did not know that.
I like to worry.
I really thought it was a 90s show, but
If you have it at this particular
I'll take your word for it.
ticket, and you want to be part of what goes down.
I loved All American Wrestling.
Sunday afternoon.
It was on Sundays.
So immediately.
When I watched it in the 90s, it was on Sundays.
That's a lot of shows. How did they maintain?
They were hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Right, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warriors, they were the shit.
But there wasn't a brand split, right? So how did they,
Right.
what's like the storylines would just happen anywhere or?
Bunch of jobbers,
Oh, okay.
bunch of jobber matches. Excuse me, enhancement talent matches.
Mhm. Is that a giant fake banana on his table?
Yes,
My word is gold,
I think.
of which you know very little about, because there isn't any of the human family.
Jake Hudson, what's up? Thanks for joining us. What do you guys think about Lex Luger going into the WWE Hall of Fame? I already addressed it, but I think it's fucking awesome. He's one of my favorites of all time. He's one of the reasons I got into wrestling, actually, when I got into the WWF, when he body slammed Yokozuna in 1993. Always loved the guy. I think he's vastly underrated. And it's about goddamn time he got into the Hall of Fame. Way delayed. I don't understand what the delay was. How are you doing today? Doing great, Jake.
I would like to add a fun fact about Lex Luger.
Who's the enhancement talent here?
I don't know.
It certainly is.
Oh, it's like, oh, no, I guess. Never mind.
So you got King Haku, known in WCW as Ming, and allegedly, according to Ric Flair, the toughest man in pro wrestling.
He was also an Islander, right?
He was an Islander, yes.
Damn. Saw him last night. Learned a fact.
Yeah, we did a WrestleMania 4 watch along last night, which if you were with us.
Oh my God, thank you for staying.
Yeah, thanks for staying. That was a slog. That was a 3.5 hour show. Jesus Christ.
Too long. Too long and like slow.
That wasn't good.
Now.
That wasn't a good show.
I mean, our show was good, but
Yeah, WrestleMania 4.
Still.
I remembered WrestleMania 4 as being excellent, and it is not.
Yeah, Omar Atlas.
Omar
Yeah.
Atlas.
Okay. Anyway, my fun fact about Lex Luger is Asa's mom loves him.
She used to call him Sexy Lexi.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
She got to meet him in November when Asa and she
We
got,
got to get some of those pictures printed.
Okay.
And get them, put them back
Yeah.
here.
we
Yeah,
have a lot, yeah.
I do know. Yeah. Love Lex Luger.
I think he's a little scared.
Who would be scared by the Red Rooster?
I think confused would be a better word to describe what the most likely emotion someone's going to have when facing him.
What do you think about Omar Atlas's chances here, okay?
Ooh, I'm gonna say negative 100.
Oh, okay.
Because he doesn't have a manager.
And then,
His trucks are going up his butt,
yes,
so he can't win.
so he can't win?
No.
Okay. So yeah, this was just about a month before WrestleMania 5, which was once again at the Trump Plaza Casino. And there's a kick, and Haku gets the win.
Yeah, he's just dressed fancier, you know?
He's a king.
Yeah. And he's got Bobby with him, so come on.
King will have to be a little more impressive than that on April 2nd. But great.
Oh, I forgot it's not live.
Okay, it's not.
Right.
It's like, how's he?
It's taped.
You do that?
It's taped.
It's magic. TV magic.
You'll have to pace himself. Hercules will be looking.
Is that banana phone? Yes. Yes, it is.
It's just about that time, folks. We promised you that we would give you right after the Haku match the entire rundown for WrestleMania 5.
Oh.
And so here to do that for us, another colleague, me, Gene Oker.
Here we go. Awesome.
All right, folks, here we go. WrestleMania 5 coming to you Sunday afternoon, April 2nd from Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. It is going to be the wrestling spectacular of a lifetime. First time out, we've got to announce the complete card. And oh, what a card it is. The Mega Powers explode.
Now, WrestleMania 5 actually was awesome.
Defense against Hulk Hogan. Great mistake, Robert Slimming Andre the Giant. Big John Studd being the best referee. Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior. Defense against Challenger. Ravaging Rick Rude. There's more title action. The Tag Team Champions, Negligent, face the Powers of Pain. And Mr. Fuji, this will be 3 against 2. Brutus the Farmer Beefcake. The $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. Bobby Heenan
That's a terrible picture of Ted DiBiase.
Man will be Hacksaw Jim Duggan squares off against Bad News Brown. In a tag team affair, the Rockers clash with the Twin Towers. Hercules to beat the King. The Bushwhackers beating the Fabulous Asa. The Blue Blazer squares off against Mr. Perfect. The Heart Foundation combining their talents to meet Frank the Hammer Valentine and the Honky Tonk Band. Rocket Roddy Garvin, Dino Bravo one-on-one, and Strike Force going against the Brainbusters. The stars and the superstars.
Now, that's a fucking card
Yes,
there.
it is, yeah.
That's a fucking show.
And they have Run DMC.
That's a fucking
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Oh my god. And Morton Downey Jr. Damn, we need to do a watch along of WrestleMania 5.
Well, we're gonna be doing some WrestleMania watch along.
That's true, yeah. Throughout March and April, we're gonna be doing some WrestleMania watch alongs. And we're gonna throw in a couple WCW uncensored watch alongs also.
We do those on Thursdays normally.
We do those on Thursdays normally, but the WCW Uncensored, the first one we do will be on a Friday because Juice Springsteen is joining us for that. He's a WCW expert.
He's a genius. He's like a walking encyclopedia of WCW knowledge.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I thought I was, but
No.
no.
Yeah, I thought he was too. But this guy is like, he's like a human computer. It's very impressive.
It is very impressive. Willie says, did you ever notice Lex Luger makes the same noise getting punched as he does when he's punching somebody? Chris Duffy and Mitch Carey.
I have not noticed.
I have noticed that. Oh, oh, oh. That's trying to replicate it. I don't know how close I got, but that's basically it. Who was it? Chris Duffy and who?
I don't. Hold on. I'll say their names again probably.
So we got Big John Studd in a handicap match here. Switch says Bobby and Gorilla are my fave. Me too, Switch. Willie said, I love WrestleMania 4 as a kid because I was a Savage fan. I loved it as a kid, but man, we watched it last night and it was not good.
There were like 2 good matches, or
Yeah.
2.5 if you count the Battle Royal.
We need a watch along for WrestleManias. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Huh? It
That's a
says
5.
4 WrestleMania. Oh, 4 WrestleMania 5.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Sounds good. That card looked fun.
Yeah.
I love Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
We will do a WrestleMania 5 watch along. I can't tell you when yet, but we'll do it soon. Sometime in March here. And Eric says WWF Prime Time Wrestling was taped at the old WWF studios in Stamford, Connecticut.
Huh.
And Willie says he had that issue of WWF Magazine, the one with Demolition on the cover. That is pretty cool. I love WWF Magazine. Read it cover to cover as a kid.
So when they're at a like stationary, like they're filming all their episodes at this one location, can you buy like season tickets like you can for sporting events?
No, the studio portions are in Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh, but the wrestling parts are traveling. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, because this is from Saturday night's main event. They're re-showing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Are all the things they show parts of other episodes?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
Which says Andre the Giant made Big John look small. Yes, he did. There was a WrestleMania where they had a match, and it was like a body slam challenge or whatever, and Andre the Giant obviously won. Big John had no chance of body slamming him. The Red Rooster versus Bobby the Brain Heenan. What a barn burner, says Willie. Yeah. It's probably, I'm sure, the weak link of that WrestleMania 5 watch along, or WrestleMania 5 card. Bear hug, Big John Studd wins.
Is Big John, is that the guy that Andre like hated because he would step over the top rope to get into the ring? And so he was always really stiff when he wrestled him?
I don't know that story. So maybe.
It was on the Andre the Giant HBO documentary.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember that story.
Or maybe it wasn't a 30 for 30 on Andre?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't remember that story.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I think it's true. Oh no, you've made me big.
Since his return here at the World Wrestling Federation, and since he dumped the likes of you.
I'm kind of surprised that glasses with color lenses like that went out of style.
From a little 300-pound bird with bananas. Permanent separation.
Everyone loves everything like
You have your problems.
customized, I guess. So
Problems.
it should stand out.
Jake the Snake Roberts. He hasn't fooled anybody, Brain. He's still deathly afraid of Damien. Any kind of reptile. True or false? Roland. Roland what? Whatever you want to do. Sure what we're doing here. Are you You're
Why is Bobby the Brain so confused about what's happening?
You've been creaking and
Because I've seen him a lot, but never a confused, like, dumb Bobby the Brain.
Right now, we're gonna
Have I just been missing that this whole time, or?
Randy Savage.
Yes. Nice.
I remember way back when the mega powers were bonded. Yeah, you made a lot of promises to the Macho Man, didn't you? Promises that you didn't. I remember one specific one. Yeah. You promised that Elizabeth would never be in a dangerous position. You broke that promise.
Mm.
didn't you?
Oh no.
Who had to come in and make that critical save? The Macho Man, Randy Savage, covered for Hogan again. What's he gonna do now?
Randy Savage loved her so much. And that love was beautiful and tragic. If you are just joining us, we are at 21 minutes and 22 seconds.
Matches when it's absolutely necessary. When you're down and out, it's the rules I play by. But you play by different rules. Yeah, you gotta get in your grandstand and you're talking, don't you? Yeah.
So Willie says, I knew you were not enjoying it when you got the results of the demolition match wrong. Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah.
I was so like there were so many confusing endings. We're like couldn't have blinked at the wrong time that many times. But like there were like 4 buys in the tournament, and 2 of which were planned, but the other 2 were not. There's a lot of like weird finishes, a lot of DQ finishes where I was like, what is happening? Hey Dylan, I heard that Wolf uses a booster. See, tell me to Wolf. I love him. Switch says, I swear, Macho's promos, you gotta love them. And I do. And here he comes again.
But you're a liar too. That I remember time. Stood in front of a man that does nothing but lie. Brother love. You're some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life. I love him like a brother. That's why Hulk Hogan. And that's
I love this.
it's enough to get me to the boiling point.
Oh, God, he does look like he's at a boiling point.
Hulk Hogan needs to love Elizabeth. Yeah, I got news for you. Elizabeth is gonna be in the corner of the Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 5. Yeah.
God, like, is he okay? He looks scary as fuck right now. Like, if I was Hulk Hogan, I would be like peeing myself at this point watching this. He is not gonna fuck around, I can tell you that.
Right, I'm getting a little bit tired of seeing and listening to the Macho Man and looking at all this editing.
Well, welcome back.
Oh, why?
Here, I can add you.
Tell the truth. Well, I
gotta remove you before I can add you.
Okay.
So confused
Oh.
and unbelievable.
That makes you big?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Elizabeth just tore them both apart. She's playing one against the other. I don't think.
Hey, Antonio, what's up, buddy?
Hogan's just in the trap. Poor dummy Savage is on the other side.
Switch says, I don't think Macho was wrong about feeling like Hulk had lust. I think you're dead right, Switch. I was a big Hulk Hogan fan, but I was definitely for Savage in that feud. Now we got Dino Bravo versus Sam Houston, I believe.
What's the French guy's name?
What's his name? Frenchie. It's something great.
Yeah.
USA is not okay. Oh, I tell you. Canadian strongman Dino Bravo living up to his name. He really gave young Sam Houston
The blonde hair is such an odd choice on Dino Bravo.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of blonde Canadians.
Yeah, or blonde Italians that are so pale.
Well, he's a Canadian.
Yeah.
You think he's Italian?
Well, he supposedly got killed by
Frenchie? Is it Frenchie Martin?
I don't know, but he supposedly got killed by the Canadian mafia. Is that not an
He
Italian?
got killed by the Canadian mafia. I think that's a different thing.
Oh, I also assumed by his name that he was Italian.
Well, you realize that's probably not his real
You
name.
watched The Dark Side of the Ring. I don't remember what his real name was, but it also sounded Italian.
Anyways, Dino Bravo was gunned down in his home in 1993. Allegedly had ties to some sort of cigarette smuggling thing or something having to do with the Canadian mafia. Willie says, according to Bruce Pritchard, the tinted glasses were because of a vision issue and not a fashion statement. Are you talking about Gorilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Well, I was just curious because those were really popular, like color glasses like that.
Yeah. Oh shit! Switch says Sam Houston is Jake the Snake's little brother. I did not know that. Thank
That
you.
was a good fun fact.
That is a fun fact. Man, look at Dino Bravo. He's a powerful guy.
Mhm.
I think his manager's name is Frenchie Martin. Anyways, for those of you just joining us, so you go to Peacock, open Peacock, search Prime, Prime. Prime Time Wrestling will come up. Click it, go to March 6th, 1989, and we are 26 minutes and 53 seconds in. This was a request for Eric for his birthday.
Yeah.
Eric says in 1991, Primetime Wrestling was a wrestling talk show.
Hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, change formats. Yeah. I'm for Sam Houston in this one. What do you think about his chances, Kay?
I had not heard of him before.
Yeah.
But I also saw Dino Bravo lose last night, didn't I? I don't remember who won that match.
It's a haze.
Fascinating.
It's a haze.
Um,
Man, WrestleMania 4 was not good.
I think Dino maybe.
Switch said, Asa and Kay, are y'all into the Dark Side of the Ring documentaries? Hell yes.
Yeah.
I watch all of them. I've seen a lot of them twice. Now, I will admit, I know a lot about the dark stories in wrestling because I searched them out. Used to be you didn't have to search them out. They were right there on the surface. But I can, for pretty much any athlete, I can tell you some fucked up story. But because of my interest in all that, yes, I'm very into the Dark Side of the Ring documentaries. I also have a file I could share at some point that has a long list of all the terrible things wrestlers are accused of having done, especially throughout the 80s and 90s.
What? Isn't that from a website?
It is, yes.
Like a GeoCities website?
Yes, it is. I need to print it out. I need to print it out. Eric says Sam was in World Class Championship Wrestling down in Texas, I believe. And Willie is confirming Frenchie Martin. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
He seems to have prospered a lot better now. Here he goes, wearing him down again. A lot of pressure applied.
Yeah, I'm for Sam Houston in this one, but I don't think I don't think it's happened for old Sam.
I'm also for Sam Houston, but I also think it's not going to happen.
You're not a Dino Bravo fan?
That match last night was so bad.
What who was it?
Him and some other guy that was bad. They were both bad together. Like neither of them did anything the whole match. And they did nothing slowly.
Yeah, Dino Bravo, not very good. I never understood I never understood why he had a job. No, I'm not trying to be mean. I just for real never understood how he got a job in the fucking WWF.
And he's big.
He has a big chest. Is that all it took?
Yeah, that's like his big move.
Side suplex.
That's like lifting someone halfway off the ground and then falling off them.
Yep.
It's his finisher.
It's pretty shitty.
So Willie says Rockin' Robin is Jake the Snake Robert's sister.
Well, there's another lesson. Rockin' Robin, former WWF Women's Champion.
I have never heard of her. People used to call me that when I was a child, and I hated it. I mean, they called me Rockin' K, you know.
So he'll meet every bit of that polish. He's going to face rugged Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie Garvin is one of the toughest people I've ever seen in my
Ronnie
life.
Garvin, Dino Bravo. That ought to be a fucking barn burner.
Of course, you know, there is a thing that happens in life where you usually have more guts than brains, and that's what happened to Garvin. He can't match strength of the world's strongest man.
Yeah, and Jake the Snake's father allegedly molested his children. Or not allegedly. He molested his children, according to his children. Bad guy. I forget his name, his father, but real piece of shit, it sounds like. Very disturbed man.
Remains to be seen, folks. We're going to find out on April 2nd, WrestleMania 5, Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, if in fact, if you have the answer, then why do you ask the Red Rooster? Right now, let's go to the WWF Event Center.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Mooney. It's WrestleMania 5 coming your way.
Dylan popped up in the chat while you were gone.
Oh, did it? Oh.
Yeah. He said Wolf needs a booster seat.
So many spectacular.
Where is it?
Um,
I heard Wolf uses a booster seat. I don't even know what that means.
Don't gamble unless you can afford to lose.
Oh, here we go. Here's Jake the fucking snake.
Deck has been stacked against you because John Studd is in the ring. He's no friend of mine, and he's certainly no friend of yours. All we're looking is policeman to step in there and control the situation, man. That's all I've ever asked for. You tell me the rules, I'll play by those rules. I might bend him a little bit, but I'm gonna break him on the ring. Damien's gonna be there, Studd will be there, you'll be there. Let's roll the dice, brother, and see what comes up. It's gonna be snake eyes.
that roll the dice hand gesture looked dirty.
Roll the dice.
Yeah. Jake the Snake is scary. That's this is the youngest I think I've seen him wrestle and heard him talk.
He's the man.
Yeah. Scary.
Never pushed away from me. This time, Jake, you're going too far. Because we don't need expression referee. That should be the last kid you are, Jake. And I will.
It's WrestleMania 5. That chubby little man's gonna be in the ring with us in front of millions of crazy, nutty people. And you know something? I love it because we're gonna be crazy.
You know what's gonna happen, little rat? You've been in and out of the ring and you've been boasting. It's all about ego. It's not about respect. Right here in Trump Plaza, that's what I said. You fell into our trap because why? Your big ego. You want the belts. But foods are stooge. You're not gonna take them. We're gonna take you.
See, we're so beating your pride. So
Willie says Dino Bravo did the job by DQ for Don Morocco last night. Well, it's good to see you were watching, Willie. I'm sorry if you didn't enjoy WrestleMania 4. It was a slog. That has to be the worst show we've ever done a watch along for.
Yes.
It was bad. That was a bad show. Bad WrestleMania.
That or that dates, what was it, day 1 or day 2 of that terrible WrestleMania from recently? The one with Austin and John Cena. Austin Theory and John Cena.
No, that was better than WrestleMania 4. And Switch says Demolition really needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, they do. I didn't realize they weren't, honestly, but yes, they definitely do. They were the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions until the New Day broke their record.
He's done with Valentine.
And Willie says Rockin' Robin does the worst rendition of America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 5.
Oh, excellent.
Well, very soon we're going to see it because, as we said, very soon we're going to do a WrestleMania 5 watch along.
I love really terrible singing.
Yeah, coming up in March, we're going to have a WrestleMania 5 watch along. We're going to have a WCW Uncensored 95 watch along. All Brown Rex Farmer.
California, witness, former.
Sounds like rhythm and blues to me. Now here's a fucking tag team for you.
Do a lot of wrestlers come out of like the Seattle area of Washington?
It was a very popular area back in its day. I mean, Daniel Bryan from there, Greg the Hammer Valentine from there, Roddy Piper cut his teeth there,
Swerve,
Swerve Strickland,
Darby Allin, Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne, many more people
Yeah.
I'm forgetting. Yes, so Portland, Seattle area. I don't know if it's still. I guess it still is, but for many years, it's been a hotbed of wrestling talent. Yes.
I think that also is where Aubrey is from. Maybe.
Willie reminds me. Grizzly Smith was Jake the Snake's father. He said he was not the father of the year. Yeah, that's for sure. And Willie says there's a dark side of the ring about Grizzly Smith and the entire family. That's where I heard it. I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. Very sad
It
story.
was so sad. Like, I couldn't watch the whole thing because Jake just sounded like so. It was so sad.
Very sad. Met Jake the Snake last November. Very nice guy. He was awesome.
Wait, what? You met Jake the Snake? Did I meet Jake the Snake?
Yes. We have a picture. You, Jake the Snake, me, and my mom.
I don't remember.
Well, it happened. It's my Facebook profile photo.
Was he sitting? Was he next to Papa Shango or near Papa Shango?
He was very near Papa
Okay,
Shango.
okay. Sorry.
So here we got Paul Brown and Rex Farmer versus, they don't have the name yet apparently, but it's the team that became Rhythm and Blues, the Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine. And Valentine kind of adopted the Honky Tonk Man's look eventually.
Oh, I was gonna say it does not look like it.
And they're pointing out Rhythm and Blues undefeated here.
I like that Honky's butt says wild thing.
Well, it's weird because he's supposed to be Elvis, but his butt says Wild Thing, which was the Trogs.
That was later, wasn't it? It
The
sounds.
Trogs.
Yeah, it was later, wasn't it? Than like Elvis's like.
Yes, it was the Trogs.
I don't understand what you're saying.
The T-R.
I know. I understand the words you're
It's a
saying.
band
Okay.
later than Elvis.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They were later than Elvis.
The Trogs.
Yes, the band called the Trogs. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think that was their name.
He's coming to the ring. He was reluctant to come in, but he's coming without a hook. And that reflects to you all your confidence.
It's like he definitely had like a mental disorder where all he could say was the Trogs.
Oh, better than not being able to hear the Trogs. Honky Tonk Man shaking them hips and the women going crazy.
Very experienced. Great wrestlers. Absolutely. Fine stereotype takeover maneuver.
So yeah, we got Tony Schiavone and that's Lord Alfred Hayes, I think, on commentary.
So it could be a great afternoon for the crowd, but it could turn against him also.
Oh man, that's a great question, Johnny. What is your favorite Elvis album? So probably don't know this because there's no reason you would. Elvis is my favorite musical artist by far, and it's a tie. Elvis 57, his first one, and Elvis Christmas album. I got to put them right there together. Now, I don't know if it counted as an album, but they put it together as an album, and if it counts that way, it wouldn't be either of those two. It would be the Elvis Comeback Special 1968.
That was my pick.
So if you want to hear what the fuck is up with Elvis,
Yeah.
Elvis Comeback Special 1968. You can probably find it online, I'm sure.
And he looks hot as fuck in that. That
Yeah.
comes at his most attractiveness.
I'm not a gay,
Most
but
attractive. I mean, yeah.
Elvis is hot as fuck in
Yeah.
that, yeah.
There was like a leather outfit, but not in like a creepy leather daddy way.
Yeah. Very tanned,
Yeah.
very happy, dressed in leather.
And you can see a lot of his personality. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah, it
Because
definitely.
he's like joking around with the band. That's and like the crowd is surrounding him, like what was it called? Theater on the Round, almost, you know. And he's like joking around with the crowd. Very good.
Yeah. So I guess I'm changing my answer to that. Elvis comeback special 1968.
I can never remember what year it is.
Yeah. That's what I'm changing it to. So number 2 would be Elvis 57. Number 3 would be Elvis Christmas album.
For the honky tonk.
There's no bad Elvis album. Doesn't exist. Not a thing.
April 2nd.
Willie says Demolition are finally under WWE Legends contracts, so it's very possible they will end up in the Hall of Fame soon. They should. I mean, maybe it's just WWE doesn't want to admit that they had a gay S&M angle in their company.
Okay.
I mean, they weren't gay, but look how they're dressed.
Oh.
That's a gay S&M angle, if ever I've seen one. Johnny says, I'm surprised we didn't get Gunther versus Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental title. That would have been great. Yeah, Honky Tonk Man was the longest reigning champion until Gunther broke his record. Switch says, I like GI Blues. Oh, that's a good one. Switch, I didn't realize you were into Elvis. Awesome, yeah. People out there, if you're not into Elvis, look at yourself and figure out what's wrong. And
if you haven't heard him, like go listen to it.
And listen to Elvis
Yeah.
music, because he was a fucking killer. Listen to like I Want to Play House with You, and Hound Dog, of course.
I like Pope Salad Annie.
Coke Salad Annie.
Shit, what is it? You Gave Me a Mountain? Is that the name?
You Gave Me a
That's
Mountain.
my favorite Elvis
You Gave Me a
song.
Mountain.
Oh, it's like rips your heart out so good.
Jailhouse Rock.
Mhm.
Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah, You Gave Me a Mountain. Look that shit up on YouTube. Elvis, You Gave Me a Mountain.
You like feel that song like in your bones.
Very
It's
true.
So good.
Very true. Eric says, my mom loves Elvis. Good for your mom.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Elvis, and my parents took me to an Elvis convention, and I was like the youngest person there that was there because they were a fan and not because their parents dragged them. And so a lot of the merch people gave me free stuff. It was awesome.
So the $1 Million Man is getting ready to unveil his $1 Million belt, which he went and picked up the week before, but they didn't show it. They just showed him laughing at the jewelry store.
As one does.
That's right. So now we're getting it revealed. Switch says, I'm into all kinds of music. Have you ever heard Gomer Pyle albums from the Andy Griffith Show? He had some nice songs. Yeah, he could fucking sing. Yes. God, what's his name? Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors. Yeah, he had a beautiful voice. Really, yeah. Yes, I have. I'm into all kinds of music too. Yeah. If it's fun, if it's catchy, I like it. I don't like modern country. Not modern country. Otherwise, I can dig pretty much whatever. And I don't like mumble rap. Anything else, I'm good. I'm good for.
So before I ever went to your Uncle David's church, this is what I expected it to be like. I expected him to be like Brother Love. I've never been to a Baptist church before. So I thought that's what they were all like.
I love you. Here it is.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. I love that belt.
Take a look at that, Jesse.
It's so gaudy and perfect.
Johnny, have you seen the movie Citizen Kane? Yes, I have. It's one of my 10 favorite movies, definitely. Masterpiece.
Say, I'm impressed.
Also, you should totally check out the Columbo episode titled Rosebud. Also very good. It's obviously bad. So it's Kane, kind of.
Yeah, Citizen Kane, I love it. It was, I mean, I don't need to tell you, but those out there who have not seen Citizen Kane, if you like movies, watch Citizen Kane. It was revolutionary. so many things they did in that movie had never ever been done before in a movie.
Well, just the opening shot is so cool.
Yeah, I mean the way the camera moves, the fact that the places have ceilings, which wasn't a thing. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it wasn't a thing until then.
I didn't realize that.
The cuts, the rapid cuts between things, the kind of disjointed storytelling, all of that came from Citizen Kane. Yeah, great,
Figure out how
great
to
film.
get his hands on those diamonds and
This is probably my two favorite things, actually: film and wrestling. And music.
Music.
Oh, music. Yeah, I like music a lot. Switch says greatest custom belt ever, $1 million belt and smoking skull belt for Stone Cold. Yes, but I would put the $1 million belt way up above it. Eric says at the WWF tapings, how long were the tapings? I couldn't tell you.
Wait, Switch isn't here to bring it up, so I will. What about the FTW championship?
Oh, you mean rewind?
I mean rewind. I'm sorry, rewind. Sorry, Switch. Yeah, rewind.
FTW.
Yeah.
Yes.
How can you guys forget Taz?
Awesome custom belt. Yes.
He would be horrified.
Fuck the world title. One of the best names for a belt too. All right, so far we had the Red Rooster beat Tim Patterson by submission. We had King Haku beat Omar Atlas with a back kick. We had Big John Studd beat Chris Duffy and someone in a handicap match by submission. We had Dino Bravo beat Sam Houston with a side suplex. And we had Rhythm and Blues defeat Paul Brown and Rex Farmer by submission to Valentine's figure 4.
Yeah, it's funny. I was gonna say AW should do a show like this before pay-per-views to kind of like highlight the stories for people to decide if they're gonna buy it. They totally do. We just never watch it.
Correct.
That's another thing that exists.
Correct.
I knew exactly how you felt about me, Macho Man. At this point, I was letting everything slide, brother. I was just hoping that cancer that was tearing you apart might be too.
Does he have short hair now?
Straighten itself out. But when I saw Akeem and the big boss man coming down on you, there was no way I was going to.
He might shot a movie or something.
And as far as our manager goes, Elizabeth, there was no way I was going to let her get in the danger zone. That's why I was there, brother, right when you needed me.
Oh, is that?
That is the former one-man gang.
Oh, okay. That's
now
what
known as Akeem, the African Dream. Even though he was white. Willie says Demolition was in litigation with WWE for a long time. That's why they have not been put in the Hall of Fame yet. I didn't know that. I'm learning a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Switch says sometimes they would shoot 3 to 4 shows in one day. Yeah, they weren't fucking around with the schedule back then. Johnny says, I heard PETA kidnapped Red Rooster.
Means they probably accidentally killed him while trying to set him free.
Johnny says, you check out Daredevil Born Again. I don't know if we get that chance. Is that on Disney?
I believe so. It's a Marvel character.
I don't know what it's on. Is it on Disney? We don't get Disney. I would be interested in it. Daredevil was one of my favorite superheroes. Definitely. Very cool.
Well, I think the old Daredevil like TV show that came out a few years ago, that was Netflix, I think, wasn't it? Or maybe that was
I don't know. Disney Plus. Okay, yeah, we don't have that. Oh wait.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Never mind. I will look into it.
We always forget we have it. Which is a crime because I love this thing.
It's literally a crime. But I will look into that. Yeah, I've heard very good things. The trailer looked awesome. Yeah, I love Daredevil. Such a cool character.
To beat all odds, man, we based our love on the 3 commandments of the training, the prayers, and the
3 demandments.
Training, prayers, vitamins.
You call them the demandments?
You gotta do the demands. You gotta do them. Training, prayer, vitamins, Kay. Do you well to start with that.
I don't do any of those things. Do you
Well-
do any of those things? Oh wait, I take vitamins.
I pray. I take vitamins. I gotta go with the training.
Be the same hatred that tears you apart, brother. When we get into the ring, Hulkamania's gonna rule. Hulkamania's gonna run wild at WrestleMania.
I pray all the time.
Start seeing your
Mostly for the lottery. But other things too. I'm not sure if God exists. Well, I think God exists. I don't know if he is dead or doesn't care about us or what, but I pray just in case, just in case it helps.
I mean, I don't believe in God, but I pray out of habit. Like it's just like what you do. When I was raised Catholic, anyway, it's like what you do anytime you're like worried about something.
Well, as they
Like
say,
positive thoughts into the universe.
as they say, Kay, there are no atheists in foxholes.
Yeah, because they're all dead, so they can't tell you they were atheists.
That's not what it means. So, folks, if you're just joining us, you want to open Peacock? You want to search Prime, Prime. You'll see Prime Time Wrestling. Click on it. Excuse me. We are watching March 6th, 1989. March 6th, 1989. And we are 51 minutes and 53 seconds in.
Apropos for WrestleMania 5. And you can see it on a pay-per-view basis Sunday afternoon, April the 2nd from Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino.
Got about 42 minutes left. It's been a very entertaining show, even though it's been all enhancement talent matches.
Piper's Pit. Special guest will be Brother Love and
Morton Downey Jr.
This past week, we received a telegram from Roddy Piper himself. I wanted to share this with you.
Telegram.
Well, just when the loudmouths thought it was safe to say what's on their mind, guess who's going to show up at WrestleMania 5? Yep, it's me, Hot
Roddy Piper, one of the best.
With my fellow
No diggity, no doubt.
Jr. and Brother Love. They're really going to find out what a loudmouth I can be. Sounds exactly like Roddy Piper for that live.
Just thinking about Roddy Piper. I saw this photo or video of some lenticular posters for like they were like anti-Trump posters, but when you walked past them, they turned into "They Live" faces
Oh,
and said "Obey." Isn't that cool?
I think we'll do a watch along for that at some point. They Live is an excellent horror movie. It's a John Carpenter film. He did Halloween, the first one, the original. He did The Thing remake from the 80s. Masterful filmmaker, and he made this awesome movie called They Live. I don't want to spoil it, but Roddy Piper's in it, David Keith is in it, and it involves magical sunglasses, and that's all I'll tell you. And it's awesome,
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Hulkster makes a lot of sense.
I've been requesting we do a watch along of that since October.
It'll probably be after WrestleMania season, but we'll do it. Which says, I heard that beer tastes like piss in a can, talking about Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. Switch says, I'm due for a good horror movie.
That's a good.
I just saw something really good. What did we see?
Oh, wait, you watched Smile again? Is that what you're thinking of?
No.
Oh, the injection that's like a.
Oh, yeah. The Substance.
Yeah.
Switch.
Oh my god.
Watch The Substance. That movie is perfect. Demi Moore and some hot chick and Dennis Quaid from Inner Space is in it. And man, it's good.
I came in when Asa had like 20 minutes left in it, and I like immediately got sucked in and like, holy fuck, is that graphic?
Well, the rest of the movie was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is fantastic. The Substance. It got nominated for several Oscars, deservedly so. That's the last good horror movie I've seen out of new horror movies. Definitely recommend to anyone who likes horror. Great movie, very original, just unique.
And shocking.
And shocking.
Very shocking.
So who we got here? The Twin Towers versus. And now we got Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura on commentary. Well, it's the Twin Towers versus two guys.
From really far away, one of them looks like Pretty Peter Avalon. Is that the guy from AW?
I know what you're talking about.
This match for the Rockers, we're going to come out on top. That's right, WrestleMania 5, the Rockers Wrecking Crew is coming to chop down the Twin Towers.
Is that Shawn Michaels?
That is Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, alleged serial rapists.
Marty Jannetty or both of them?
Both of them. But Shawn became a Christian and was forgiven for his sins.
Not by the criminal justice system.
That's how it works, Kay. I don't know how to tell you.
David and Goliath, you really believe that stuff, McMahon? You really think David, the Rockers, are going to stick in there against these two Rockers and sling some money? What do you think, Jesse? You think it's going to be an easy match for the Twin Towers? Is that what you're saying? No, I don't think so. I think if the Rockers are smart in their matchup, they'll run, they'll hide, they'll try to make the Towers run around and chase.
That was not a flattering outfit on One Man Gang there. Akeem, I'm sorry. Former One Man Gang. Is he supposed to be from South Africa?
That's a good question. South Africa. We get this. Come on, Brad. Here we go.
I love that the Big Boss Man looks like he would actually be a security guard.
Yeah.
Like you could very easily picture him doing that.
Yeah, I love the Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
Love him. He was also the Boss, the Guardian Angel, Big Bubba Rogers. Probably leaving something out. Asa or Kay, has there ever been a famous wrestler you met that you regret meeting? Al Snow. I met him at a Wendy's in 1999, I think it was, and he was a fucking asshole. I brought him a magazine to sign. I was like, "Hey Al, it's great to meet you. You know, you're one of my favorites, man. It's very cool that you're here. Thank you." And he was just like, "Yeah," and signed the magazine, and that was the end of it. So yeah, Al Snow, asshole.
I have not had any bad experiences.
That's my only real bad experience. Well, when I was on the Indies, when I was a manager for a brief time, there was a wrestler named Beastmaster Rick Link who threatened to anally rape me. So that wasn't very pleasant. So that's one I regret meeting also, yes. Otherwise, I've had nothing but good experiences meeting wrestlers. Most of the guys and gals are very thankful to their fans, you know, because obviously without us, they wouldn't exist.
I haven't met as many wrestlers as Asa, but of all the ones I've met, none of them have been bad experiences. I'm super awkward around them. It's really fun. It makes me really uncomfortable.
I think that's the Barbarian and maybe the Warlord, I think. The Powers of Pain. Switch says, I met Hacksaw when I was 11. Such a sweetheart. Yeah, he seems like a really nice guy. Seems like a good guy. Willie says, Shawn Michaels had to have his head reattached after the WrestleMania 5 match against the Twin Towers. We will see in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see what you mean. I'm not quite sure, but
anywhere else for that matter, Brain, that the tag team title will be up for grabs in a handicap match. It's 2 against 3.
But yeah, the Rockers, they were my favorite tag team back in the day. Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, just awesome.
and Fujita.
Awesome together.
Do you think secretly that's what the High Point baseball team is named after?
No.
Could be. Secret wrestling fans being like, yeah, let's call them the Rockers.
We got Bad News Brown versus Scott Casey coming up.
Who? I forget about it. I'm sorry I even brought it up. Rum, DNC, I don't drink rum. It's Rum, R-U-N. R-U-N? Yeah, just forget it that I even mentioned it. DNC.
He's like, you're not as cool as me.
Atlantic City, Trump Plaza, April 2nd. The opposition for him will be Bad News Brown. It'll either be good news or bad news for Hacksaw. Right now, let's take a look at bad news.
Eric says, I still miss the boss man. Yeah, I hear you. Very good wrestler. Another very underrated wrestler. Very good. And Willie says, Hakeem was from deepest, darkest Africa. Is that how they build him? I can't recall. And Switch says, I want that hat Bobby has on. Yeah, that's a sweet-ass hat. Black WrestleMania 5 cap. I wonder what that goes for on eBay. I don't know where my phone is. There it is. I'm not going to go get it.
I didn't realize the announce table was like a foot from the ring. Like it's almost under the ring. Do wrestlers not like fall out sometimes?
Not on that side. It's called choreographed. So they know to avoid that part of the ring side.
Well, they also didn't do as many high risk rope moves, so that's what I was thinking. Like accidentally falling is what I meant.
Switch said Bossman got super small toward the end of his run. Huh. I don't really remember that. I mean, I know he was in WWF in like 99, 2000. My favorite Big Boss Man moment is when he attached the Big Show's father's coffin to the back of his car and then rode around with it and was like, how you like that, Big Show bear? And the Big Show jumped on the coffin and tried to stop it and did not stop it. That was a good one. Also, the Big Snow cooked, the Big Boss Man cooked Al Snow's dog, Pepper, and fed it to him. The Big Boss Man, pretty despicable character in the late 90s WWF. Yeah. Oh, yep. The Switch says no when Boss Man fed Al Snow's dog to him. Yeah, exactly. That was fucked up. That's one of the meanest heel things I've ever seen done. Maybe the meanest. So at this time, we'll do our customary t-shirt check. Kay, what have you got on?
I have on a long sleeve shirt I wore at school today. I haven't changed since I got home.
I don't have a wrestling shirt on tonight, but I do have my St. Luigi Mangione shirt. Not guilty. So we're going to New York for the trial, is that right?
No.
I'm going to New York for the trial. You can have fun run the house.
Yeah, I'll stay here with the pets.
All right.
You can stay with Dylan. I'll invite you to stay with him, yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't even think about that.
I think it's going to be a very difficult trial to get into, to watch.
I just want to be there. I just want to be around it.
Be like in the crowd outside when someone runs out of the courthouse and tells them the verdict. All right, shows up on their phone.
Whatever. Maybe I can get in one day. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never been to a trial before. One of my idols, John Waters, goes to a lot of murder trials, infamously.
Chris Kelly's wife.
Chris
To
Kelly.
the Murdoch.
These people don't know who Chris Kelly is.
He's a radio DJ.
A local radio DJ.
He's funny as fuck.
Willie says, I bet we'll get to see the Ghetto Blaster. I think we will. I don't think Scott Casey has much of a chance in this match here.
I'm gonna go get a snack while nothing is happening. Do you want anything?
if I was him, I'd be inclined to really go.
I'll take my Shamrock Shake. I think it's in the fridge. I'm not done with that.
Oh, I thought you were shaking it for a second.
Tried wage warfare in that style, and now he's playing Bad News Brown's game, and that's a mistake by Casey.
Absolutely. They go back to the ring. Casey followed him from outside in. And
Yeah, so I'm wanting to go to
Tony, every time you try,
wanting to go to New York for the Luigi Mangione trial. I would be very interested to be in the courtroom, be outside the courtroom. I want to see what the fuck happens, you know?
and he needs to go right to work.
Because maybe this is controversial. I don't really care. I think the guy's a hero, a goddamn hero. And if you've ever been through the American insurance system, you probably think the same. Because not to get too much into things, but I needed an operation on my back, and it took 8 fucking years to get it.
his instructions, but Casey,
Which I needed it like 8 years earlier, and it took 8 fucking years to get it.
is so quick to take.
So, and that was with my insurance, which I'm not going to name, but United Healthcare, not my insurance, they're one of the worst at rejecting legitimate claims of people. I mean, people die. People end up being crippled by their injuries, things like that. And Mangione blew that guy, Brian Thompson, the CEO, away, who made his fortune off of hurting people, and denying their cures. And that is fucking sick.
Difficult to hurt.
And if someone like that doesn't deserve to die, I don't know who does.
And he's
So, yeah, Luigi, a hero for me.
to execute it. You'll see just how quick.
Not usually for violence, but sometimes that's the only way to solve a problem, unfortunately. And it definitely has made us all think. Willie says maybe we have the explanation why Al Snow is an asshole. Maybe. Because he ate his dog. Yeah, I can't remember what year that was. It was 98 or 99 I met him. But yeah, just a dick. Just like, wasn't even like, thanks for watching, or any shit like that. And he was a face at the time. He wasn't playing a heel, he was a face. Very strange.
And now Casey in a whole heap of trouble. He's trapped in that corner.
I'm done with my healthcare rant now. Tell you, they're giving this match some time here.
Just get the winning line. That was a great move from Casey. It certainly was. He seemed to be just a little too weak to fall over. He'd taken a pounding in one corner, and then surprisingly, Bad News Brown threw him into the other corner. I didn't think he would ever do that, but he did. Enabling Scott Casey to escape. He applied that pile driver.
Is that okay?
He did not have the strength to hold it up. Get it back into the ring here.
Do you want me to give you guys a phone?
Casey letting the tempers carry away here as he puts, wrong thing to do. But he's into the turnbuckle, and Brown turns around and hits Scott Casey with the headbutt.
Man, they're really giving this match some time. Scott Casey has actually got some, yeah, exactly. Switch says Casey making a match out of this. Yeah, he really has. This is the first real match we've seen.
He's allowing this belt to be taken away from his grasp.
Well, if you look at him versus Bad News Brown, he should be able to kick Bad News Brown's ass.
It's cold.
That went right to the front of the referee. Warning her not. The move made its mark. He's down. Shooting. Right out of the run. Casey trouble right here. Two cases left right out from underneath him with a tremendous backhand shot. Now he's attempting his after he is further in danger because this referee is very, very sharp on that and he'll disqualify you. You cannot play with him. Right hand of the chest, continually wanting bad news as the referee not made any attempt with the referee right here. Now, maybe the chest of Parsons have runs.
Switch says there's been some great enhancement talent back in the day. Yeah, definitely. I mean, a very important part of older wrestling, definitely. In fact, Ric Flair, my favorite wrestler, said when asked, who his favorite opponent or who his best opponent was or something like that, he said George South. Now, you probably never heard of George South, but he was a wrestler back in the day in the NWA and lost all the time. But that's the thing, is he would make guys look like $1 million. I mean, that's very important for the whole gimmick, the whole gag. So that just goes to show you how important enhancement talent used to be.
George South's still doing it today.
George South is still wrestling today at 60-some years old.
Mm-hmm. He wrestles at our local AML wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Eric said, did you like Tony in the WWF? I like Tony anywhere. Tony Schiavone is one of my favorite announcers. And he has improved with age, actually. But no, I like great voice, great energy. Yeah, just Tony Schiavone, one of the best. Definitely one of my favorites.
Didn't you used to hate him?
A little bit.
You heckled him through a show, didn't you?
I did. I had front row seats to a Nitro and Thunder one time, and I heckled him throughout the show. But I was younger.
Yeah.
I would never do that now. And I've changed my mind on Tony Schiavone.
Mm-hmm. I love him.
And you're right, no strength at all from Scott Casey. It appears it may just be a matter of moments for bad news. Casey with a backdrop.
Yeah, this is the first real match we've seen all night.
Scott Casey. The pointing's only going to be enough. He seems to have ducked out deep. Got a second win there. Got some renewed energy. The adrenaline might be flowing.
Enziguri.
Right out with that ghetto blaster.
Oh, the ghetto blaster is what he called an Enziguri.
I was looking for a device like the Bad Blaster.
Great job. Oh, that's Scott Casey. Let's get the official one.
I'll tell you something I just got in the mail today. You get 'em?
What are you playing?
In the blue, just to the left of that green thing.
By the speaker?
To the left of the green thing. 2 blue discs. Raw. Left. Those.
I thought you meant like they were loose discs. Okay.
So I got these in the mail today. I'm very excited. Don't ask where I got them. You don't need to know where I got them. But so I got this. Well, let me go to big.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Raw 1994. So that one's January 3rd through September 26th. There we got Yoko, Mr. Fuji. Who else? Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Lex on there. Got the Head Shrinkers, Macho Man, Yoko, Fuji, Undertaker on the back. There's Raw 94 Volume 1. And I got Raw 94 Volume 2 with 2 Doinks, British Bulldog, World Champion Diesel, Shawn Michaels, 1, 2, 3 Kid on there. On the back, we got Bob Backlund, Alundra Blaze, Bull Nakano, Doink, and several little people doinks. And then Bret Hart going up against the annual Jim Neidhart. But yeah, I'm very excited to watch these.
Oh God.
I mean, a lot of these Raws I've not seen since 1994. And this just came in the mail today. So I'm very excited. Can't wait. I also have 1993 on the way.
This is scandalous. Do people find her attractive?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Who couldn't find that face attractive?
Willie says Bad News Brown was very well known, legit badass. That's true. I believe he came out of Canada, Stampede Wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. The Hart family's promotion. Willie says, I believe he was a judo master. I'm learning a lot of things tonight. I appreciate it, guys. Switch says, I love Sherry. Willie says, Ric Flair loved wrestling. George South. Yeah, definitely. And Switch says, I do Mama K. LOL. I find her very attractive. LOL. Me too. I'm with you too. Sherry, hot. Yes.
That's cool.
Good moment. Ravishing Rick taking on the Birdman. Coco Beware. I put in a call and I'm expecting to hear any minute from
Yeah,
Rowdy.
phone.
What makes you think for 1 second that Rowdy's going to call you? Because I told the receptionist, Conchetta, out there to call Mr. Piper. And his
I don't know how to put you back. Oh, wait.
You have to exit solo view.
He has an answering service in Hollywood. He's going to call me right back. Ravishing Rick Rude and Conchetta.
I can do it.
I can do it. I can figure it out.
This next bout is
Bam. I did it.
his way to the ring yard. Haley from Robbinsdale, Minnesota.
All right. And if you're just joining us, open Peacock, search for Prime, Prime. You'll see Prime Time Wrestling. Click on that. And we're watching March 6, 1989. We are 1 hour, 17 minutes, 45 seconds in. And here comes the ravishing one himself.
It's true. Ravishing.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Perhaps the most underrated wrestler of all time.
Him or Hennig, right?
Yeah, he or Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, yes.
They're booing him because they didn't want the music to get cut.
I
'Cause
guess.
they wanted him to dance.
Or you know what? Also in the conversation would be Owen Hart. Because we talk about the best and the greatest and this and that, and Owen Hart never comes. Bret Hart comes up. Owen Hart never comes up. And that's fucked up. So I would those are the three I would put at most underrated. Rick Rude, Owen Hart, and Mr. Perfect. Yeah. Switch says I've always liked how they would darken the crowd and focus light on the ring. Yeah, I wish they did that more now. That's how wrestling used to look for decades. Yeah.
AW does that, but only because they weren't filling the seats.
Right. And Eric says Tony and Lord Alfred Hayes were not at the arena. They were doing voiceover at the WWF studios. Right. Look at Rick Rude. Jesus Christ. That boy on them roids, too.
Boo, he doesn't have any airbrushing on his tights. Well,
Yeah,
like that.
he didn't start the airbrushing until WCW. Switch says Rude, part of that Minnesota crop. And Willie says sensational Sherry. Huh, I didn't know that either. Played Peggy Sue at WrestleMania 4.
Oh. I knew it was someone that was wearing a wig.
I'm learning a whole lot of things tonight.
This is awesome.
And Linda C says ravishing Rick Rude was beyond ravishing.
I agree. That's Ace's mom.
That's my mom, so be nice
Yeah.
to my mom. Hopefully she's watching. And for those of you who aren't watching, you go to Peacock, type in Prime, Prime. You'll see Prime Time Wrestling. You click it, March 6, 1989, and we are 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 23 seconds in.
That is a very well trained bird.
Yeah, it's Frankie.
Yeah, no, that's Frankie. I'm just saying, like, to be put on a ring rope in a crowd with people like screaming at you and not move, that's impressive.
He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. I agree. Okay, Beware going to be at WrestleCade this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really hope he has a bird with him.
I hope so.
Against the Ultimate Warrior for the Intercontinental title during WrestleMania 5.
Is it possible for it to be Frankie still? They'll just live like 40 or 50 years now.
The toughest challenge for the Ultimate
No idea.
Warrior today.
Smile, Tony. Quick smile.
That was 36 years ago.
Yes, I did. I'm really
Switch says, shout out Mrs. Linda, you raised an awesome son. Oh,
Aw.
that's very nice of you, Switch.
I agree. So
And yes, she did. She was the best mother. Well, I say was. She is the best mother I could ask for.
yeah, she's awesome. Super funny.
I was saying that of all the wrestlers, I believe, in the World Wrestling Federation, who is capable of beating the Ultimate Warrior, I think the Ravishing Rick Rude has the best chance of them all. And he is my tip.
This may be our main event here.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe. We've got
Oh,
13 minutes left. I can't see anything coming after this.
yeah. That's a good main event. I forgot this wasn't like pay-per-view length. I guess I should have realized that because it's a television show, but in all fairness, like SmackDown is 3 hours now, so who knows?
A little taunting by the Birdman there, and everybody here in the Boston Garden, well, most everybody, they seem to like that. We were trying to figure that out, but he doesn't.
They're in the garden.
And everybody, we're going to be on tomorrow. We're doing an AEW Collision watch along starting at 7:55. Haven't done that in a little while. Yeah, we're doing that. Eric says a good show. Good. I'm glad you're pleased, Eric. Happy birthday. It has been a good show. Bobby and Gorilla have been the most entertaining parts for me.
Mhm.
Get him with some heavy shots.
Linda says, thank you, Switch. I have enjoyed Asa from day one. A fabulous son.
True.
That takes quite a bit of doing.
Absolutely. And when you get
Your mom's so cute.
the facial features,
The proboscis.
the proboscis.
I think taunting again. I don't think that will help his cause at all.
We should start the Collision watch along early so we can do our predictions.
Well, we're gonna do something. I'll make an announcement. We are going to do an AEW Revolution prediction show. I don't know when, but it is going to happen. So just keep an eye out on X. I will make an announcement on there. We are doing one.
But we could always do the Sunday, like the day of, but earlier in the day, because then we'll have the up-to-date Collision info.
Not too much, huh?
So our picks will be more accurate because we'll have more data.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yep, going to commercial. I think he just called him a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ravishing Rick Rude still holding the nose now. And he's
Yep.
upset. Look at that intensity on the face.
I showed it twice. What are you doing?
I think maybe Coco really got him in the nose there. I'm not sure.
I thought I was just being a good heel, but you think you're like,
Or he's just
legit?
been good. I think legit. He looked pretty mad. Maybe he's just a good. I mean, he's a great heel. He's one of the best. He's one of the 5 best heels.
That was impressive on Coco's
Wow,
part.
that's a good point, Switch. Yeah. Think of all the heels that didn't get the world belt because of Hogan or Warrior. Piper, Earthquake, Bossman, Rude, Mr. Perfect. Very good point. Very good point.
That never even occurred to me. That's an excellent point.
Yeah, a lot of deserving people never got a run with the world title. And could have, like Rick Rude could have carried it, no doubt. Mr. Perfect could have carried it, no doubt.
You need to add,
Piper, of course. Man, should have had it.
Run straight into that turnbuckle.
you need to add that to your dance repertoire. Yeah.
And Willie informs us Frankie passed away. Thank you, Willie. That's very sad. Hopefully he has a new bird.
And Frankie's in birdie heaven without clipped wings so he can fly wherever he wants. I guess he should clip pin feathers.
Very, very accurate with him. He obviously knows where he has his man. That is a little infuriating now, Tony. Just an iota infuriating.
Rick Rude was just the best. Just the best. He's everything a heel should be.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think he would approach that.
Died way too early. Died at the age of like 47 or something like that. Back in the 90s. Very sad. Does anybody know who trained Rude? That's a great question, Switch.
Get that hot pocket. You got to get him sucking in there, and you've got to get him in a bad
I don't.
Just punching a man on the face is not going to achieve that. I'm surprised really that Coco didn't adopt a more aggressive attitude instead of seeking to try and taunt.
Pulling up on the chin, ravishing Rick Rude. Not only
Okay.
His back.
I used the Google machine, and it turns out Eddie Sharkey trained Rick Rude. Says Rick Rude had a career as an arm wrestler until he was trained by Eddie Sharkey to be a pro wrestler. Who is Eddie Sharkey? No idea.
You can have a career as being an arm wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And as you say,
Do professional arm wrestlers try and build up both arms equally, or do they just focus on their arm wrestling arm and then they are like lopsided?
Well, that's a good question, but here's the thing. Depending upon the match, you could be using either arm.
Oh, like so if you're
Oh,
wrestling,
wait, could you?
many issues at stake there.
I mean, if you're wrestling, yeah, if you're arm wrestling someone who's left-handed,
In the whole
what do you flip a coin to decide who's handed?
you'll have to
do
use your left hand. You gotta have them both.
Huh.
Yeah, you're not gonna always get to wrestle with your dominant hand. I don't think.
emotions.
I'm just making assumptions about pro arm wrestling here.
That is the sound of the gang of the shamrock shake.
Shammy shake. Rude was 40 when he died. Eric says, "Jesus, that's terrible. That's just awful."
That is awful. And also, he looks way older than that pair, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. His face? Yeah, he looks older. I mean, older or like to how? Because how long after this was that? Do you think?
8 or 9 years.
Yeah,
So he's like 31 here.
he doesn't look 31. He looks like
Looks like 35, 36.
38.
I tell you,
Very sad.
Yeah.
I believe he died of a heart problem because of steroids, I think, largely.
of his
Um,
to underestimate.
Willie says, I wonder how soon the pay-per-views are going to be made available on Max. I guess talking about AEW. I don't know anything about that. Every move, Switch says, every move Rude does looks so believable. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the best, no doubt. One of the best, like top 20. And Switch says, Asa, did you like Owen and Coco or Yoko? Oh no, I'm sorry, he meant Coco. Did you like Owen and Coco as a tag team? High Energy. I loved them as a tag team. Yes, they're one of my favorites when I was a kid. Yeah, coming out doing top rope moves and got a bird flying around. Fuck yeah, I loved them. Great name too, High Energy.
I could not see him and Yoko being a good tag team, though.
They were.
I say what Yoko. Oh no.
What?
I was making a Yoko Ono joke. That's what I thought you were talking about. But I realized it.
Yokozuna.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Willie says Rude and Hogan hardly ever touched because Hogan did not like Rude. Hogan
was
seemed
hotter?
not to like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're at the top, everybody's gunning for you, you know? And Eric says, I love the old school wrestling banners at the TV taping. Yeah, definitely. I miss those. It let you know what you're watching.
Mhm.
Rude Awakening, that's it.
So when did I know?
Switch says Hogan gave the worst chair shots. Yes, he did. The worst. It was like, just barely touched the guy with a chair.
In yesterday's WrestleMania 4, though, he got hit with a chair lighter than he hit someone with a chair, which was shocking.
He looks that way anyway. I'm reprimanding him. The sexiest man on God's green earth.
When did people start bringing posters to wrestling shows? Because, like, here, there's no one.
90s.
90s? Okay.
Victory, and it won't. It won't is right. Well, we're planning for that. It's going to be one of the toughest nights in his whole wrestling career. But we're not going to let it slip through our hands. We're going to walk away with that gold. You think so? I'm planning on it. I'm not going to Atlantic City just because I enjoy the seagulls dropping stuff on down there to get your clock cleaned again by the Red Rooster.
I did not hear clock.
Why he hasn't called you? Phone call. I don't consider this nothing like again. We will have a Piper's Pit in Atlantic City at WrestleMania 5. The guest to be Morton Downey Jr. and our own brother Love. Can you believe that? Well, did you get him? How can the receptionist line be busy? The receptionist line is never busy. Well, she's hitting the cough syrup again. You're having trouble with the banana phone. That's your big problem. If you had a regular phone like a human, I wouldn't be talking to a banana. He's getting upset already and we're still several weeks away from WrestleMania 5.
Well, folks.
Wait, that was okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say that can't end on that note.
Card for WrestleMania 5. The celebrities that are going to be involved and the things I'm going to do. Is this a warning, a threat, or? Oh yeah, it's kind of a warning. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to run. You're going to cut your head off, close to 4 to 5 miles a day. I'm going to get in the best shape I've ever been in my whole wrestling career for the Rooster. And next week, if I can pull it off, I will have Rowdy Roddy Piper right here to answer my question. You will. Well, if I can. Okay. How about last week when I caught you on the phone saying
Willie says Eddie Sharkey is known for training a lot of people from the Minnesota area. Says Willie. Switch says I was so mad when they switched that WWF logo. Me and you both, man.
That's beautiful.
And Eric says Bobby never liked Rude in real life. Seems like he could have been a prick, but Rude. But I don't care. I love him. So, folks, that was March 6, 1989. WWF Prime Time Wrestling. Just a rundown of what we saw. We saw the Red Rooster beat Tim Patterson by submission in a squash match. We saw King Haku beat Omar Atlas with a back kick in a squash match. We saw Big John Studd beat Chris Duffy and someone else in a handicap match, submission to a bear hug. We saw Dino Bravo beat Sam Houston with a side suplex. We saw Rhythm and Blues beat Paul Brown and Rex Farmer using Greg Valentine's figure 4. We saw the Twin Towers beat two guys whose names I didn't catch. All those were squash matches. And then we got two real matches. Bad News Brown beat Scott Casey, hit him with a ghetto blaster and got the pin. I give that one 2.5 bones out of 5. Decent match. And we saw Ravishing Rick Rude beat Coco Beware after a Rude Awakening. I gave that one 3.5 bones out of 5. So that's your match of the night, obviously, Rick Rude and Coco Beware. And Switch says that was a good watch along. Well, thank you. Yeah, fun show.
Yeah, great suggestion, Eric.
Could y'all ever picture Terry Taylor as Mr. Perfect and Kurt as Red Rooster? No. No, I cannot. Red Rooster. So yeah, happy birthday, Eric.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. You'll next see us tomorrow night, Saturday, 7:55, AEW Collision Watch Along.
Yeah.
Sometime this weekend, we're going to have an AEW Revolution prediction show. Just watch on X for that announcement. And then I'm not sure when Revolution starts on Sunday, but we're going to start our coverage 5 minutes before it starts. So all these times are going to be posted on our X account, which is at No Bones Wrestling. That's at No Bones RASSLIN. And like this video, subscribe to us so you don't miss anything. Those things make a lot of difference. We would really appreciate it if you do those. And yeah, thank you very much. And y'all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7:55 for Collision.
Oh, wait, he's saying 7 for the.
Oh, Eric
for
is saying Revolution starts at 7. Thank you. So our coverage will start at 6:55
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yep.
All right. Good night, everybody.